I mean, art, to me, I'm looking at art right here. I'm just right at, I know the camera can't see that, but I'm looking at the countryside, and I'm looking at something pretty spectacular at this very moment. So I'll never forget, this might not have anything to do with art. I think it does. It wasn't a painting. It wasn't a song. It was just what I saw out my window. I know it's really bizarre, but I was sort of one of these moments where I've just gotten this whole thing of just going, God, you're everywhere. I mean, everybody's always asking, where are you, God? Where are you, God? Just look outside, you know. And it was the season in Tennessee where the Bradford pears were blooming, and Bradford pear is a beautiful tree that just like blooms in this massive white, all these white things coming out everywhere. It's just awesome. And I literally pulled up to the stop sign, and there's this huge Bradford pear right beside me that's in full bloom. And I sat at my car, and I put my car in park, and I began to weep. I'll never forget it for the rest of my life. I sat there for 5 minutes and just cried. And then I pulled out going, what was that? What was that? And then I go, I know what it was. It was a God moment. It's just right there. So I was like, hey, that's for you. You know. So, yes, art. And for me, obviously on a daily basis for me, art is my music and the things that I write. And hopefully I've written more good songs than not. I've written my share of not so good. But you know what? I think I'm getting better. And I think I'm getting better because I feel like that, I sort of feel like I got it dialed in a little more in terms of when you start forgetting about yourself and you realize that the important things in life is really giving your life away. It's not being a rock star. And it's not sort of, hey, I won another Grammy, you know. But you find the greatest fulfillment is giving your life away. And I think when you start to care less about what people think about you, you start to become free, really free. And I think when you become really free, then I think something opens up that gives you the capacity to sort of like, you know, I call it a conduit, perfect conduit. That's one of my biggest prayers. 2 prayers, not to ever be offended by anybody ever again the rest of my life, and to be the perfect conduit for what the Holy Spirit wants to do.